I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, and welcome back to AfterBuzz's AfterBuzz TV's after show of Dragnificent. I am your host, Cody Epperson, and I am joined with my wonderful fellow panelists and hosts. First of all, we have a lover of drag and butterflies, Bryant Santos.
Hello, so glad to be here with you all. So excited to break down these 2 episodes. So exciting.
We have my favorite diva of all, Miss Jeroslyn Jovonn.
My top bun is tight and I'm ready to get going.
And we have a diamond in the beauty, our lovely Adiamond Baker.
Hello. Hey guys, what's up?
And I could not be more excited, y'all. We have a special guest today. It is the fabulous Thorgy Thor from RuPaul's Drag Race and Dragnificent. Thorgy Thor, everybody. Oh, hi, Thorgy. It's such a pleasure to have you on.
I'm feeling great. Thanks for having me. This is great.
You look amazing. You look beautiful. I love it all.
Just a vintage sweater,
Very casual. Love it.
Casual.
You guys, so today we're going to discuss episodes 2 and 3. Episodes 2 and 3. But first of all, I can't, I'm like all flustered. I'm so excited to have Thorgy and I'm this.
I know.
Oh, relax. Listen, I'm already drinking a Bloody Mary with a giant pickle.
Oh, honey.
That's right.
Relax. Let's talk about the show. This is going to be fun. Let's go. Ask me anything. Let's go.
I love it.
Let's go.
Yeah. Should we go into doing the episodes first?
Yeah, what are we overall thoughts?
Yeah, overall thoughts, y'all, on episode 2. We were in Alabama. We were in Danyale, and it was not your typical high school reunion.
It was. First of all, I was jealous for one because I was like, my high school, the fact that you could still be some form of a queen 20, 30 years after the fact of graduation, and it was such a big deal. The whole town was there. I was jealous for that. And she's such a sweet lady. You could tell that from the beginning of the episode that she was so sweet and heartfelt. And I really liked that her first meeting with the queens was inside of a church. That really just was special to me. So I really, really loved this episode from beginning to end.
I did too. It was so fun. And like you said, I loved her. She seemed so sweet. And she looked amazing in that gold dress, couture. She got her own custom dress, lookingbomb.com, and it was amazing. She was so sweet. You can see the transformation, how much more beautiful she felt on the inside and the outside, and it was so sweet to see.
Yeah. See, my mind is now racing. There's so much to talk about that wasn't even on the episode.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wait, so you skipped, from the beginning, you skipped all the way to the end. Yeah. I'm like, wait, no, let's get in it to step 1. When we pulled up in that car, we pulled up in that car and there was literally a parade, a Mardi Gras parade, welcoming us to the hotel. We had no idea. We had beads I'm like, should I be naked? Should I be flashing? But really, that was just immediately such a great welcoming to Mobile, Alabama, because we were like, we are welcome here, in the deep South. As drag queens, we were like, this is awesome. And we felt at home right away. So that was very cool.
That just warmed my heart.
Yeah.
It really did.
Well, the episode every episode definitely does that. It warms your heart. I'm always crying at the end of it, and I don't know. I just started watching, and I'm probably starting my period, but I am bawling every time I'm doing this, and so it's amazing. And I actually didn't know that Mobile. I don't know Mobile.
Yeah,
Mobile.
They're very very particular about this.
Okay.
I made a joke. I was like, is it Mobile? And everyone got really mad. It's not Mobile. It's Mobile. Mobile, Alabama. It's fast.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Mobile,
Yes.
Alabama.
Get your gas.
So I didn't know that was the first Mardi Gras spot before. So that was educational. I loved that. That was cool.
Yeah, again, very proud. I was like, oh, isn't it New Orleans? They were like, no. It's Mobile, Alabama. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna try, you guys.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Y'all got y'all history lesson ASAP.
Yes.
But what was so cool about Danyale is right away, she was so vulnerable. And there was kind of a sadness that you could sense started and turned into such a strength. She had such armor around her, but she was really faith-based, and she was part of this faith-based community in Mobile, Alabama. And she was really silly, and she was really fabulous. Every once in a while, she just came out. She's like, I want to be the fifth queen. I want to be the fifth queen. And we were like, we're going to make you the fifth queen, girl. And we did. And we did. So she has a special place in my heart. I like her very much.
I love it. That's beautiful to hear.
What do you guys think of her sassy daughter?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I was seriously like, she needs her own show. Like, she's already a child star. Like, she spoke perfectly. Like, had confidence. Like, I was like,
oh my gosh! Yeah, sorry, it took me a second. I was like, that's your sassy daughter. I got it.
Yeah,
she was a cutie
that was
pie.
a note.
Yes.
But what was she like? Was she like the same, like off camera? Was she just like, what was she like on off camera?
See, that's what I'm saying. So the producer of the show showed me all of this other footage that didn't quite make it to air, and it was like 4 hours of footage of her like, get out of my way. Move, I'm the queen. I was like, you need your own show, girl. So.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. How is it working with the other queens? I know you've all have been, friends and acquaintances for some time, but does it ever get like somebody stepping on somebody's toes? Because you all are divas.
Well,
who's the top diva?
Oh, thank you so No, it's interesting, when we've all known each other in different kind of contexts, working in nightlife or doing solo work, but it's difficult to get like 4 really strong personalities that, by the way, are all very, very, very different. We are all very different, which I think what makes us kind of weird as a foursome, but really special because we're all so different. So we had to learn and navigate how to not step on each other's toes when we first started filming the show. And we were surprised. We quickly, very quickly, were like, oh, this works really well because we're very polite to one another. And we kind of all shine in our different ways. I play music, and BB loves to decorate spaces. And Alexis just knows what to do with makeup so well and make people feel really powerful. So we all kind of have our own thing, and we let each other shine, while also being like, step out of the spotlight. Let me just like, get out of my way.
Let me let someone else. Right.
Well, that's the thing. You come from a competitive platform, which is being RuPaul's Drag Race. So you're used to, all you girls are used to competing for one thing and and so I think is it really nice for you guys it must be really nice to have you guys separated and have your own avenue and
yeah, it's nice to film a show when you look at your sisters and you're not trying to eliminate each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody got eliminated. I'm like, oh, I'm here next episode. This is great.
I signed a contract to be here.
Yes.
I mean, but I can't say the same for BB. I think BB is always just stuck in the ladies.
Yes.
I'm like, BB, relax. But me and BB, and that's the funny thing, Alexis and me have known each other for a couple of years as New York sisters. Jujubee was one of the original RuPaul's Drag Race girls. So I used to watch her on television. And me and BB, we never even really worked together before. And we quickly realized that we are polar opposites. And we were the classic thing of opposites attract. And me and BB complemented each other. We literally laugh for 17 hours every day filming that show. All we do is laugh. We have the best time. So. When
you guys are together in the little interview, you guys are hilarious together. When you're being interviewed in the
group confessional. It's so funny. Yeah. I mean, so compared to the episode 2, how did you guys feel? Because like I said, what really stuck out to me with this episode when you met her in the church, and we did see in episode 1 where, for the wedding, you were asked to come outside of drag. What did that feel like? How, you guys handle it all well. All you ladies handle it well. But how did that feel? Did you guys have a conversation behind the scenes? Was that already agreed upon? And what was your decision?
You really want to know the answers.
We want to see.
Well, it's funny. There's always a lot of stuff while we're filming the show. So a lot of the stuff we don't know. It is not scripted. There's nobody saying, Thorgy, say these words. We're really just being ourselves. And what you see when we're filming it is really how we're getting to meet Corinne or how we're getting to meet Danyale for the first time and navigating it. When she decided to tell us to not go in drag, we will always be respectful, because at the end of the day, I don't want to show up and take away like, it's the Thorgy show at somebody's wedding. That is not the goal. It really is about her. And at the end of the day, whether we were insulted or not, it's not really the point. It really was about making her comfortable at her wedding. And, you know, we don't really know the backstory. She could have been pressured by family. Also, she could have some like religious, you know, thing in her back of her brain that like, maybe she thinks there's certain stigmas or stereotypes. And we're there to kind of shake it up. And it's one step at a time. So maybe we didn't like steamroll over all those steps, but I think when we showed up at the wedding, we really made a splash. Right at that reception, we were like, what? Even the dad was a very quiet, very stoic, quiet guy. And we were like, all right, we're going to get to him. And then afterwards, he was like on the dance floor, like, you guys are so tall. I'm like, I'm the tallest.
I love that. That's beautiful to hear. Thank you for that backstory.
You know, there's a lot, but girl, I could go on for 3 hours. I mean,
yeah, and just to add a little bit to that, that was kind of the consensus we came to about that. We thought BB handled it so well, and because we were like, I would have been like, what? We're gonna come and drag, like I'm gonna be, you know, but she handled it so well, and it made sense. Like, you want to give the attention to the bride, and you want to, you know, support her. And honestly, when you're not combative in those situations, it actually allows the beauty to shine through with anybody, and especially with drag queens and people who are completely stepping outside the box with who they are. Like, it shows the beauty with them when there's no combativeness and there's peace, and like, and BB just handled it so well, and so we were right on board with that. Yeah.
I got a lot of, I have so much. I'm like, what do I say where I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth here?
Do it. I always put my foot in my mouth. Do it.
Well, here it is. I did get some comments written to me on social media platforms like, you know, how could she ask you not to come and drag to her? You know, they were kind of mad at Corinne for doing that. Right. And what I'm going to say is, like, there are episodes coming up that haven't aired yet where we're going to smash all of those and change your minds. Yes. So I think just like stick with it and look at it as a series rather than each episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So just get ready for it, because we're going to change hearts and minds moving forward. So
you already are. Right? Like, definitely what we just saw in even the last episode, like, and I watched your interview, one of your press interviews, where you guys were just talking about the freedom of drag and how you want to share that. And you're seeing that in the episodes where you're even we saw Corinne's husband do drag, and in episode we saw Danyale do drag, and that freedom of expression. I love that you guys are being able to spread that to the world.
Yeah,
I want to do drag.
Girl, let's do it. Come on over. What else am I doing? Just wear a mask. I don't know. But I really wanted to put Danielle's husband in drag because he had gold teeth. Did you guys see that?
Yes, I saw that grill.
I was like, this is like next level bullshit. Like but a different time. I'll go back.
That'll be your next show, is getting the husbands of the ladies that you work with.
Yes.
Exactly.
I love that.
So I had a question for you, Thorgy. Well, I have a couple questions for you. So my first one is, we see, like, so you have a musical background, and we see that your like title on the show is like music / entertainment, and I wanted to get more background on, like, what is it you're doing? I mean, obviously we're seeing you're being very musical and entertaining, but I want to know, like, what is your process for each episode when you're trying to get us some musical and or entertainment in?
Yeah, I'm noticing, like, we do a lot, we film a lot of things that don't quite make exactly what you guys see. So every episode is kind of edited differently than when we film it. I mean, we're filming for like a long time, and not every episode is going to be like the Thorgy musical hour. Although I think it should be.
It will be.
Me too, sis.
So in the next couple of episodes, you're going to see a lot more musicality come out that I have a lot to do with, which I'm really proud of. Nice. But I'm going to say this, TLC, and we work together to kind of not label each queen, but each queen has an area of expertise.
Absolutely.
But we do juggle and share with all of this. You know, I know Alexis is a great singer. BB and Jujubee each are musicians in their own right. So we share the music responsibility. I love fashion. I love dressing people up. I can sew like this no tomorrow. I have great taste. So we can all do makeup. So we kind of all share the responsibilities. And I've gotten asked a lot, like, you know, because we're each labeled. So I always just say, we're juggling it and passing the baton with every single thing. With that said, I am a classically trained violinist, violist, and cellist. Wow. I play piano. I can sing. I'm not the best singer, but we can all kind of sing. So there is going to be some string magicness coming up in future episodes, which I'm so excited to see.
Exciting.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, especially when like I'm musical, I sing, I have a little piano right here. I can barely play it. But like when people like are in like the string instruments or the woodwinds or the brass, I'm like, tell me more. Like, I want to hear it. Like, that's so cool.
I mean, I literally have this next to me for no reason.
I saw when you were adjusting your camera earlier, I was like, I see that rainbow xylophone.
It's just here. I don't even know. This is my house. This is my house now. So.
I get it. I literally have bongos and castanets in my room and a ukulele.
Exactly,
and I'm like, I'm just a musical guy myself. But then, so my other question though, is a little, I'm just in general, who or what inspires you to, when you get dressed up, like even today's look or any day's look, like where do you go? Because I mean, I know you guys talk a lot about like what you accent, what you hide, what you flourish. I want to know like what's your process?
Well, I just love like big crazy hair. I always have just like big crazy hair. And you know, I love if I took you up and grabbed my phone and I took you on a tour of my closet. I mean, it's dark, whatever. That's another show. That's next week.
Another day. That would be fun.
I have been collecting like really, some of it's crap, but I will never throw it out because I'm like, this is so good. And some of it is like priceless, like Chanel suits and stuff like that, that I just have like a collection of vintage clothing that I've been collecting for like 25 years. So I love when I go through, I'm like, ooh, what to wear today? And I love just like wearing like vintage stuff, loud colors. Like I love being loud and bright. Like I feel like in a lineup of queens, I would be like, who was the one in the big crazy hair? That's me. And I'm like 7 feet tall. So I like being loud and crazy. And
I love it. I love your
style.
It's
fun.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
You got big hair and you got hella long legs too. I see it.
Yes.
Oh,
and that gold dress.
Yeah.
And it was so good. It was so funny watching you wrestle in episode 1.
Oh yeah.
You know, me and Ray. Yeah, me and Ray are like now engaged.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I love wrestling. So when I saw that, I was like, I need a wrestling husband too. This is my moment. I'm like feeling you on a personal level.
He's great. He is like great. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's a little sexy man.
Thorgy, I have to ask you, I mean, just to backtrack a little bit. So what are you doing now that this coronavirus is going on and you like have all these dress up clothes, but like we're supposed to stay home? Like, are you still dressing up? Are you still getting glamming up, trying new things? Like, how are you dealing with this?
Well, I was always traveling, which I kind of miss. I love living out of a suitcase in a hotel. I love that life. I love flying. I love traveling. And now I'm like in my like small Brooklyn apartment. So I'm kind of stuck here and I'm like, okay, this is the perfect time to like reorganize everything. So I reorganized my whole closet. I was like, why do I still have this? Get rid of it. So I'm planning like a giant sale after this is all over.
Call
or like an auction, or like I'm thinking maybe because my birthday's coming up. In May. So I'm gonna be here. I'm thinking about doing like an online auction. Kind of
oh my God, yes. I will
buy.
I
have to figure out how to do it. But also, if anybody's listening, any viewers, like tune in on my birthday, May 25th. Yes. I'll have like an auction of like my stuff. But I've completely reorganized my closet. I've cleaned every inch of my apartment. And you know, the whole phenomena of the online digital drag shows that are happening is like crazy. Right?
Oh my gosh, I have to check it out. Have you guys been watching it? I feel like I need to be watching it. Anyways.
Oh no, yeah.
They're so fun. I want to watch more.
Bryant, I know you had a question that you wanted to ask, and I'm excited to hear the answer to your question.
Yeah. So speaking, of course, of drag, you mentioned you're on Drag Race. Of course, we loved you on that. But what I want to know is what it was like working with Rue, the icon, and how that went.
She's real tall.
That's all you gotta say.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
I love RuPaul. You know, a lot of people, they don't know what it's really like. When you meet her, like, I did not expect it, but like certain people have like incredible star quality. It's like magnetic. You can feel it. Like they read The Secret. You know, it's like you really have the power. Like I met her and I was like, oh, you are so famous and powerful for a reason, because you can really feel it. You can really feel it off of her. And I was like, you know what? You really are everything you are talked up to be. And it's incredible. And she really is very powerful, very wise. She's always listening, very smart. And I don't know if she's so warm to like every queen she meets. I mean, there's 120 of us or whatever that went through the show. You know, she's also working on a million other projects. But I always knew she always remembered me. She always liked me. She would always like come into the corner and talk to me in the workroom, and then she would leave, and all the queens would be like, "Oh, she talked to you privately. What did she say?" You know? And I'm like, because you know, she doesn't sit down and have tea and you know brush each other's hair with everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
But I met up with her several other times, and she was always lovely. She always would grab my hand and say, "Thorgy, get over here. How are you doing?" And I'm like, "You really are like Mama Rue. You're really incredible. You do care." She's just lovely and an ace, and I can't wait till I work with her again. She's just great.
Are we gonna see any of your Drag Race superstar alums make appearances in Dragnificent, or is it solely focused on our 4 favorite queens?
It's the 4 queens from Drag Race, yes, but there are other queens that some of my New York sisters that make an appearance and have a good time coming up. Yeah,
that's gonna
I don't want to give it all away, but
don't.
Yeah. But listen, I was eliminated twice, so like I don't want to share the spotlight with any more of those.
Yeah, and don't. It's your show.
No, it's your show. It's so it is really great to see you 4 queens in the show, because I mean I know BB and Jujubee, like I've started watching from your season forward, so I had missed the earlier seasons, and so it's really good to see their personalities and get to know them more. And then I know BB from when she came back for All Stars.
Yeah, but she was the original winner. She was
the original winner, right? So
So look
at you. You're like, oh yeah.
Well, she acts like it too. Oh, I love it. She's like, get out of my way. And I get out of her way. I'm like, oh, she's awesome to hang out with. We could not be more opposites. I am not a very competitive person. It's probably why I didn't do so well on the show, to be honest. Because you have to kind of be really competitive, but I just really love showcasing what we all do. And if there are judges, they'll pick the best, you know, and I just wasn't it. But she is very like competitive and like, I kind of love it about her. So.
But you know what, Thorgy, like you may not be competitive, but you were one of my very favorite people because you are so different. And like I said, I'm always putting my foot in my mouth, and this, I'm not saying you do, but like I'm used to being the outsider. So I appreciate and totally love your uniqueness and who you are. And you stuck out to me more than most of all those girls who were competitive or really, you know, trying, you know, like I really, really admire you. So don't sweat it. You're amazing.
Listen, I wear my being different on my sleeve in my heart. I show it. I'm very proud to be kind of like a weirdo and a freak, and also still like stunningly gorgeous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Queen.
Cool.
Who else has questions?
Cody, should we break down like the episodes a little bit too?
Yeah, I was gonna say we kind of went over episode 2, and my only question I wanted to ask about episode 2 really was like going into like the topic of high school reunions. Like I know like my high school, like they do like a yearly one on Thanksgiving, and it's kind of like low key. It's a at a bar, and everybody alumni can show up. But like my 10-year, I actually think it was supposed to be this year, and I don't think it's happening. But I'm not like, I mean, it brings different emotions. Like some people are like, yeah, my 10-year or my 20-year or my 30-year. I don't know how I necessarily feel good or positive about that. I want to know how, like, all 4 of you, I want to, like, know, how do you feel about, like, high school reunions?
Would you guys go to yours?
I went to mine, but a lot of people didn't go, and I took it as, you know, I was in a happy place in my life, so I was comfortable reconnecting with people from high school, but I guess others weren't. And so from there, it just kind of discouraged me. I was like, well, I don't want to see y'all either then.
Let's get drunk.
Yeah. And I couldn't get drunk since we couldn't get drunk 10 years ago. Like, hello.
Yeah.
I definitely think that if I wanted to know what somebody was doing, I would just stalk them on Facebook or Instagram or something. So like, I don't want to travel back home to like talk to them in person. But yeah, so I'm kind of iffy on the going and being a part of it. But if my high school reunion was a huge parade and it was like kings and queens and nomination, you know, like a huge celebration, and then the proceeds go to the school, like I would probably be more inclined to being a part of that than just to check in on someone and see what that other person's life has led up to, you know what I mean?
That's why I was jealous of that school, because I feel like their format for reunions, other schools should do that. I think more people would go.
Yeah.
See, I came from a high school that had 2,400 students in the senior graduating class.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on Long Island. It's one of like, I read it sometime because everyone, like, how many people are in your graduating class?
98.
See,
Yeah, my graduating class, it was a couple of hundred.
Almost 2.
Like I had 2,300. There was 4 different high schools that were split up just for 12th grade. And then I met somebody new in the hallway every day. So I loved it. I loved high school. I had the best. I would go back.
That's amazing.
High school was fun.
But that's when Facebook came out and everyone could kind of know what everyone was doing. So I was a friend of mine kind of did the whole high school, like organizing online. And I was like, so is it happening? And they're like, so many people declined. And the reason being that they can just go online and find out what everyone's doing.
It's
social
funny.
Media kind of ruined these like personal, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's funny because I'm actually on the like the senior class council, so we're in charge of like organizing. I'm coming up on my 5th one, and I'm not really in the mood to go either, but I'm definitely inspired by the episode of like doing this really big grand one, and I think I just want to do it so I can look good, so that straight boy can finally see who he's missing out on. But
you know what? That might work because people are cooped up right now, and people might actually want to get out and want to touch and hug and see in person. So
he's been sliding into my DM, so I'm waiting for that as well.
Okay, that's right.
So funny.
All right. So are we going into episode 3?
Yeah, let's talk. So Fly Butterfly Fly.
Yeah.
Which I thought was so beautiful. Our girl Amy, I thought her transformation that the queens did for her with her was really beautiful and inspiring, and her drag show was stunning.
So
please,
funny.
like give us fill us in on some more background, Thorgy.
Oh my God, there's so much. Where do I begin? Okay, so we kind of all got her dressed, and we didn't want to make her like a drag queen. So I kind of always said to her, I was like, you're going to be like the burlesque girl. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We gave her a garter belt and we made her like put her leg up out. And be like, you know, we didn't want, like, we were like, we want you to feel like a biological woman in your own biological skin. We didn't want to turn into a different person. Really, the goal with Amy specifically was to really make her feel like very sexy and comfortable and confident, because she was not any of those things the moment we met Amy. And let me just say, we fell in love with Amy so much. All the episodes, all of the women, all the men that we touched and loved and fell in love with. But Amy really stood out to me because, you know, she was very anxious, very like, you know, she spoke very, very openly about like her depression and her anxiety, and like she was really uncomfortable, and we could tell that. We knew we had our work cut out for us right when we met her. So we like took her by the arm. We were like, we're gonna take care of you, girl. And we did. And that show is to like make her feel sexy as like a burlesque girl. We put her in that robe. She looked so good in it.
She looked amazing.
Right?
And that hair, I loved it.
The hair, we had different hair plans. And that was BB's wig. And she's like, you know what? I have this like really expensive human hair that we could try out. And like that was a human hair wig that she had made, and we put her in it. It weighed like 1 million pounds.
I bet.
And she looked great in that. So that was all BB. BB definitely was like, we're gonna go with this hair. So
Loved it.
Yeah, it was fun.
You know, I find it always so amazing that after the person has been made over, that they can verbalize, because they feel it within themselves. They can verbalize the experience that you've given them and the confidence that you guys have given them. And to me, that's so beautiful, because it's like they're realizing as it's happening and they're saying it and they're in the moment. And to me, it's so beautiful when you can catch someone in that moment. So, I mean, I love that you guys can create that. And I really felt that with episode 3.
Yeah.
She was very like timid or weary, but like wanted it, and you could tell, and because she was open to it, like you said, she's telling you guys everything about herself because she needed it, she needed that, and she was welcoming it. So
how do you feel after a day's work? Because I mean, I'm such what's the term? It's like a
introvert,
empath. When you like kind of really feel people's emotion.
Feelings.
So when you're working with these women, they're very vulnerable. They're coming from, like just insecurity issues, and you're instilling the confidence with them. But at the end of the day, when you go home, how do you feel? Do you feel drained? Do you feel like super sad, or how do you feel?
I never feel sad, but it is a mixture. It's kind of a hard question to answer, because where do I begin? I mean, while it's happening, I'm going to go back to what you said about while it's happening. It's like, Amy specifically, we could tell that we were really changing her life like right away, because she would really, her heart just like opened and poured out with words. And we were like in awe of her, because we knew what we were doing. Like, this was meant to be. We were meant to be there helping her. And, we always kept saying, we're not therapists, but what we do feels like therapy.
Yeah. Healers. Yeah, you're still healers. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like there's so much that I've learned that I have to give from my personal experiences. And just by living out loud and sharing what I've learned with other people, I can be super helpful. And that is lovely to do. And if I can share that gift, I'm going to keep on sharing it,
That's what it's about.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so lovely. And it was just so cool that we could help Amy out. It was really just great. It was so great.
I love the opening parts of that episode with like when you guys came in with the fries and the food truck. It was so cute. I love what you were wearing too.
Do not get me started.
I was obsessed with that gold dress, and then when you went behind the counter and served the fries, it was like amazing.
Well, first of all, it was like 15 degrees outside.
I could tell you guys were cold.
We're like, hot sesame too. And then we walked outside, but what they cut, they cut the scene down, they edited it a little bit, but girl, we were outside eating barrels of those piggy fries. And BB were like, these fries are like really good.
That's amazing.
And then I love that you gave her a drag name from the piggy fries. It was just
So
so like
cute.
full circle, came together like perfect.
Oh yeah. Peggy LaFrice, girl, Peggy LaFrice.
Yes.
What did she say? What did she say in the car when you guys were like, snatch that, or her pussy comment or whatever? Yeah, whatever she said.
What did she say? I was like, I forgot she said that. I forgot she said that. She goes, I used to pop that pussy.
Yes, yeah.
Dude, this is
I was screaming in my house.
Yeah, you're really cool. You're a cool chick.
Yeah, she gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was just gonna compliment that she was an angel. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
Yeah.
And I think there is a lot to say about somebody's journey, because especially with her, because she was a cheerleader. She had this life that was, fun, and she was, in like a good weight. And then, then you experience this whole other life, and you experience it for many years. And then you experience another transformation of losing that weight and what that life is like. But it's like tainted in a way, because you still feel like you're in this past life.
Exactly. Yeah. She kept saying, I feel my old weight. And it was really us to be like, listen, you need a whole new wardrobe. You need a new attitude. You are really good looking. And also, she was good looking heavy too, but she didn't feel good. So she decided to do this giant life change. She did it, she accomplished it, and we were super proud of her. And, you know, we had to get her proud of herself, and that's what we did, you know?
And it seemed like a huge success, because like even in the end of this episode, we see she like she has a video message to you guys saying thank you so much. I learned so much from each of you. And there's like photo montage of like all of, and she still looks
like her cute outfits.
She looks great. It wasn't just like like they came in, we did this, and it was great. It's like she really has changed and grown because of y'all, and it's really so inspiring.
Yeah, that's something we all want to share. Like who was it? Danyale reached out to us. Like we still keep in contact with everyone that we filmed. Like we couldn't say anything, but Amy like literally contacted us so many times just to be like, I want to let you guys know what I'm doing now.
Oh, so cute.
And she wanted to like post about it, and we're like, wait till it airs, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Lovely. And it was really cool that like we made a new friend for life. You know, we didn't just come in and go, all right, we're done. We like, it changed our lives as much as we changed hers, and that's just super cool.
I love that. Speaking of life changing, I want to jump into the chat real quick because we have some fun fans with us, and we love you guys. So Nikki, Joseph, Wanda, Rosemary, Jenny, thank you all for being here. We love having Thorgy as well. Jenny in particular said that, thank you gals for such a wonderful show. A lot of women are insecure and you know, they can go through so many different things, and they love seeing how you're helping these women. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Oh, lovely.
Thorgy, so tell me a little bit about what you've experienced in your life, in any part of your life, and now, like what are the connecting fibers? Like what is really bringing you to really relate to the show and what women are going through, and maybe their lack of confidence or their desire to be better? Like what from your past do you think has brought you here, is linking you here? What are the fibers that are connecting the two lifetimes?
All right. Well, I was with my therapist yesterday. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, tell.
No. But also this show we filmed, it really is therapy for me as well. Like we're learning so much about everyone. So I just thought, I'm a Gemini. I'm a very big Gemini, and I have two sides. And I love when I show up and drag is always maybe just like, yeah. Like I love just like having fun, being really loud. But like any Gemini, I have an opposite side, which is completely opposite. I feel things very deeply. I'm very introspective. I'm very intellectual, and I'm a very sensitive person. So, you know, I have two sides. Whenever I meet somebody, I have to pick which Gemini half I'm like to tap into to help. And there has just been so many things that I've experienced being a queen, being a queer person, and there's so many things that I have inside of me that have helped me navigate to be the person I am today. You know what I mean? So I always pull from those experiences to kind of be like, all right, here's what you need to do because this is what I did, and maybe it will help you. You know what I mean? Like everyone who has been through something difficult, it's like a check mark. You wear it like a scar. You wear it like, oh, I got this from doing this, and here's how I overcome it, and here's how I can help from my experiences.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then also let's have fun.
Yes. Yes. It definitely sounds like you have taken the path of helping others and not making it tear you apart. And that's beautiful. Yeah. Cody?
Dang. That's kind of it, I think. I mean, we talked about them in Thorgy. Like, I cannot thank you enough for being here with us today. Like, it has been an absolute treat. You are a dang gem and been so much fun to talk to.
Really?
I have one more question for Thorgy.
Oh yeah, go for it before we wrap it up.
Yes. So after we are off lockdown, what will be the first thing you'll do? Where will you go when we're released?
Right now, I'm actually sitting down because, like, we were talking about what I'm doing at home, and everyone's like doing these online shows where they like hang a sheet in front of their bathtub and they like lip sync Whitney Houston, for like tip. I'm doing the cameo thing where I send messages to anybody
cute.
who wants to reach out. So I got a whole bunch of requests. So I'm going to sit here and just reach out to some of the fans of the show and some of the fans of me and just like make fun of myself and have a good time.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
Heck yeah.
yeah, so I was like, I love talking with you guys, and then I'm just gonna go talk with more people because I could just talk
good.
all day.
That's
Nice.
beautiful. It's so great. You're living your dream. That's such an inspiration.
Another characteristic of a Gemini. You have the gift of gab.
Until
Thank you
get
so
on the wrong
much.
side.
I will never do that.
Thorgy, before we head out, is there anywhere, I mean, obviously we're still gonna be watching Dragnificent for the next few weeks. Is there anywhere else we can find you right now? Any other projects you're working
Oh, well, I had all these tours that were scheduled that just got canceled last second. I would love to plug them, but we're all, now it's just a big question mark.
Yeah.
So I'm at home just chilling and kind of relaxing and finding some solace in my like solitude at home.
Yeah.
on? So relatable.
I am actually trying to record some string stuff at home.
Do you have an album? Like, where can we listen to your music?
This is what everyone keeps asking me to come out with this like string album. So like I've started talking to some people. I've had ideas. I have crazy books of just ideas.
Oh my God.
That's
So
beautiful.
I'm trying to talk to people who will kick me in the butt and make me actually do these projects.
Yeah, hold you accountable.
And I've been asked to come out with some string album stuff. So you know what? I'm gonna work on that.
It's a sign. It's a sign. Do it. Yes.
You heard it here first.
So,
Yes, heard it here first.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I have so many projects. Like my brain is like.
That's
I love it.
But
so pretty much
that's
stay
cool.
tuned.
And then hopefully I can do Thorgy Orchestra because I played for over. Well, I played with major symphony orchestras, and I had to postpone some of them. But hopefully, I can do my Thorgy and the Thortet tour when everything opens up again. So
I'm looking forward to it, and everything we know. We'll eventually be back there. It might be in a year and a half, but regardless,
no!
I know. No.
Yeah.
I know. We feel the same way.
It can happen virtually.
Exactly.
Go experience it. Yeah.
Well, you
One
can at
step
least
at a
still
time.
record the album, and then we can Spotify it and prepare for the tour.
Do
Exactly.
TikTok dances to it.
Yeah, TikToks, all of that.
Love it. Cool.
Oh my gosh. Well, again, thank you so much, Thorgy. Like, you're our hopefully we'll have some other queens on to talk to, but it was such a privilege to have you on as our first. And I'm just so thankful for you.
It was a pleasure talking with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
too.
Thorgy.
And then you all, before we officially clock out, where can our viewers find you?
Me? Well, Thorgy.com, but also Instagram /Thorgy Thor, also on Twitter @Thorgy Thor, and at Cameo /Thorgy Thor. And I'd love to send you guys a message. I'm at home.
Yes, please.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And also tune in Monday for a brand new episode at 11 p.m. on TLC.
I will be tuned in. And you can follow me at Jeroslyn Diva on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Adiamond.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Not Your Type. That's NOT_YUR_TYPE.
Brian.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at the Bryant Santos, and on AfterBuzz TV's Quarantine with the Stars.
And I am on Twitter as Cody_F and Instagram as Cody F, CODYYEPP. Thank you, Thorgy. You are a dream. And you guys, thank you for watching and listening. We will see you next week, and watch Dragnificent at 11 o'clock on Mondays.
Yes. Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.